accused of provoking a violent protest in Ladakh that led to the loss of 4 lives. Today, climate activist Sonam Wangchuk has been arrested and charged under the stringent NSA, National Security Act. He was taken into custody by a police party led by Ladakh DGP SD Singh Jamwal at around 2:30 in the afternoon. There are reports that he may be moved to Delhi on a special aircraft even as internet services were snapped across Leh for fear of a reaction. Remember, the Home Ministry had blamed Wangchuk of provoking the violence 2 days ago that left 4 people dead, 90 injured and Leh on edge. The activist Leh Apex body had been spearheading the agitation for Ladakh statehood for the past 5 years. Just before his arrest, he denied all charges while speaking to NDTV and said that he is being made into a scapegoat. All of the charges have been denied by him, but that brings us to the questions on which the buck stops here. Is the arrest of Sonam Wangchuk under harsh sections of the National Security Act an attempt to shut him down, or has the arrest actually exposed a politico-activist nexus to plot against the stability in a place like Ladakh? And joining us today, Radhika Khera, spokesperson of the BJP. Tushar Gupta continues with us. Sanjay Jha, political analyst, and Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst, all joining us here. And the big news that we are breaking to you on the show. Sources tell NDTV that Sonam Wangchuk has been shifted to Jodhpur in Rajasthan after National Security Act was slapped on him. And after he was arrested this afternoon, he has been whisked out of the Union territory. He is now going to be in Jodhpur in Rajasthan. That's the information that we are getting. Sanjay Jha, my first question is to you. What is this? Is this really an activist who is being made into a scapegoat, or has the real face of Sonam Wangchuk finally been exposed to the world? National Security Act.
Well, Padmaja, I think in terms of credibility and reputation, I think the viewers of your program, I have huge respect for the viewers watching your show. I can tell you they know for a fact who's really got the real news in terms of reputation and credibility between Sonam Wangchuk and the BJP. Here is the truth. The truth is that the farmers, when they protested, they were anti-national. When the women wrestlers were on the street on the sexual harassment case, they were anti-national. When people protested on CAA, they were apostates. When the youth go on protest, there is something called as knuckle jihad, apparently. I mean, this government is thin-skinned, paranoid, insecure, and bottom line, incompetent. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday, in their desperation to politicize the issue, and I believe you have a BJP spokesperson on your program, and I say so with full responsibility because I've seen the reports. The BJP spread the fake news yesterday. They spread a fake news yesterday that one of the guys who was, participating in whatever violence happened was a Congress member. The Congress has today formally pointed out it is fake news. And Padmaja, you're both a friend and you're part of a very outstanding NDTV brand. I would request if today, in all decency and honesty, the BJP apologizes to the Congress, to the people of India, to the people of Ladakh for spreading fake news and trying to politicize an issue where a man went on fast, who is, by the way, Padmaja, a man who's proudly talked about his Gandhian leanings.
Okay.
And he's talking about the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. He's talking about which is basically about giving more empowerment to the people of Ladakh, which we all know is important. Secondly, who's talking about unemployment? 22% of the youth are unemployed. And you have the BJP spreading fake news. Yesterday, they have been caught, and I would expect an apology from...
Okay, Radhika Khera, first, you want to get started with an apology. By the way, I want to point out to our viewers that, remember, it was in an interview to NDTV on the buck stops here that Sonam Wangchuk said that he has confirmed that the person being showed in that picture is not a member of the Congress at all. It is somebody related to him or somebody completely unrelated.
The BJP apologize,
Radhika Khera, 2 things. 1, your government is thin-skinned, paranoid and insecure. And 2, do you want to apologize to the Congress and Sanjay Jha?
Good evening to everyone. Today is the 5th day of Navratra. Navratri की पंचमी पर माता स्कंद माता सबके जीवन में शक्ति करुणा और समृद्धि बरसाए.
उसके बाद आप भाषण दीजिएगा, पहले माफी मांगिए.
Don't jump like a popcorn, please. Don't. I know you have a problem with me giving Navratra.
आप मेरे मसलों के बारे में मत सोचिए, पहले माफी मांग लीजिए.
आप मेरे मसलों के बीच में मत बोलिए. I'm sorry, मैं ऐसे अधर्मियों के साथ डिबेट नहीं कर सकती. Kindly mute this popcorn who has been thrown out of the Congress party. Having
अरे
said that,
पॉपकॉर्न में तो पहले
coming back
जीएसटी की
to-
बात कर रहे हैं.
Okay, one at a time,
आपने
please,
माफी
please,
मांग
please,
लीजिए.
please. Let's keep this
मैडम,
serious.
माफी मांग
Let's keep this
लीजिए.
serious. Somebody has been charged
अरे,
with
आप अपने काम से
NSA.
काम
The country
रखिए.
needs to know if there was
Thank you.
any factual basis to that. Radhika Kheda.
Thank you for not muting this man over here, because he categorically showed what the Congress stands for. I would just started the debate by wishing everyone a happy Navratri, which is according
जरा
to how
प्रश्न का
everybody is
जवाब दें.
celebrating in the country. Again, this man has a
प्रश्न का-
problem.
One at a
चुप
time,
रहिए.
please. Yes.
आपकी पार्टी में भी आपकी कोई नहीं सुनता, आप यहाँ पे चुप रहिए. आपकी मैं पोल खोलूंगी तो आप यहाँ से उठते हुए जाएंगे, भागते हुए. Having said that, national security and integrity are non-negotiable. When someone incites unrest in any part of India, the state cannot and will not look away. Sonam Wangchuk has been arrested not for his so-called activism, but for openly crossing the line into provocation, incitement, and dangerous calls that compromise India's sovereignty. Now, having said that, coming back to what the Congress corporator was saying, let's go back a quick shift to the 23rd of this month. And I'm sure you have all the video clips available when the same corporator of the Congress party held a press conference and he said, "Mere pe chahe jitne dhara laga lo, you can put as many FIRs, you can send thousands or lakhs of CRPF personnel, but I will pick up a stone and hit people at the BJP office, and I will attack the BJP office with stones." This, Padmaja, for your viewers, is the Congress party of Mahatma Gandhi, जो ये सिखाते थे कि एक गाल पे थप्पड़ मारा जाए तो दूसरा गाल आगे उठाए. But the Congress corporator picked up a stone to demolish democracy. Now, having said that, let us also recall the words of Mr. Sonam Wangchuk. In an earlier video, he has himself admitted that he spoke only in Hindi so that foreigners would not understand and India cannot be shamed abroad. But then he goes on to add that now he will switch to English because he wants foreign funding. And he categorically said, the Mr. Magsaysay Award winner categorically said that I have people from other countries like USA and other countries who are ready to fund me, and I need this money, and I am going to now make henceforth all my videos in English, so that foreign intervention of the deep state of Mr. George Soros,
But
that
his
the
people
Congress
in
and
English
Mr. Rahul
cannot
Gandhi
be
have been
reason
talking
to
about
book him
comes
under
into
National
India.
Security Act. Look, Radhika Kheda, here is what the Congress is saying today. They are saying that you cooked up the allegation that their man was involved in the violence, and you're cooking up this entire charge sheet against Sonam Wangchuk. Is this man being silenced, and could this be a self-goal? Because there's a very real concern that a place like Ladakh is extremely sensitive.
Padmaja, I just spoke about the 23rd of
Rejoinder,
December,
please.
just 3 days back, that the Congress had a press conference. That video is very easily available, led by the same corporator that we are talking about. Please have your channel play that and
Okay.
let the people decide for themselves. I repeated word by word what that man said. I repeated word by word what Mr. Sonam Wangchuk
Okay,
had
quickly,
said.
Tehseen Poonawalla wants to respond to that, and then I'm coming to you, Sanjay Jha. Tehseen Poonawalla on this point wants to respond.
Thank you, Padmaja, for having me on the show. Happy Navratri to all the viewers and to Radhika. 2 or 3 quick points. Look, Article 239 of the Union Territory is not meant to indefinitely have central rule in Ladakh. When these demands started, because when 5th August 2019 happened, everybody, including this man on your screen who's now been booked in NSA, celebrated and were cheering for the BJP. But these protests have not started as of yesterday or day before yesterday. First of all, let me make it extremely clear, violence has no place in our society. What happened to the BJP office is unacceptable. But the fact is the BJP misread the mood. When they set up a high-powered committee sometime last year, that was crawling at snail's pace. What are the demands? One of the demands stems from, do you know Ladakh has the highest percentage of unemployed graduates, double the average of the national unemployment for graduates, almost 26%. They want jobs. They want a public service commission. Now look, Ladakh is a very sensitive region. Padmaja, you understand national security. We finished our disengagement with China. We have to do de-escalation. That should hopefully start. But until that happens, we have winter coming in. Our troops have to have movement. We have to have armory and vehicles go there. You cannot have Ladakh at the boil.
The Union Home Minister have somebody genuinely is engaging in actions against the state being given a free pass.
Let's accept that. Let's accept first that at best Radhika's arguments is speculation. If he was doing it, Ladakh, where we just had in 2020 our soldiers being martyred in that area, which is very sensitive, what was IB doing? What was your intelligence doing? So you failed, and repeatedly,
Radhika,
may I just make one last point?
Yes.
Repeatedly under this home ministry, repeatedly, we've had failures. Be it Manipur, which is a border state, be it Ladakh, even Delhi, which is governed by the Union Home Minister, you've had two riots.
Okay,
This
Radhika
ministry
Khera,
keeps
you let it
flopping.
simmer. If Sonam Wangchuk was such a bad character, why were you sitting on your hands?
First of all, Tehseen ji, when you're talking about Manipur, please also tell the country and every citizen, the Generation Z also and Generation X, all the generations, why was Manipur burning? What was the real reason why Manipur started burning? How can you forget the seeds of hatred that was sowed by your previous Congress governments? Now, but I want to keep the matter to Leh and Ladakh right now, so I will not go into Manipur. We've gone into many debates, but the matter of the fact is that it is the Congress who sowed the seeds of hatred, which is why Manipur was burning, and today we have got it under control. It took us time to clear 75 years of hatred that you had bowed. Having said that, let me also remind him, he was talking about joblessness. The government's real engagement is what we must also talk about. There's been a high-powered committee that has met Ladakh's leaders multiple times. We have expanded the ST reservation from 45% to 84%. We have given 1/3 reservation to women in councils. We have declared Bhoti and Purgi as the official language as they wanted, and also created 1,800 jobs. Progress is happening and engagement is real. And the conversations were happening, which were supposed to happen on the 25th, 26th of this month, and also on the 6th of October. Having said that, we must also not forget that the entire Congress that is coming out to defend Sonam Wangchuk, he has been caught. And his facts are telling a different story. His NGO's FCRA license that has been cancelled was just as it was flagged for violations, even back in 2007, long before we came into power, and we had also flagged it off. So it's not like we had been sitting on it, and I have actual paperwork to prove it. And while he appeals to the global audiences...
Okay, just 10 seconds, I need to go to Sanjay.
I apologize, Sanjay and Tushar. Radhika's point in a sense is the Congress in 2007 acted against Sonam. Since then, we've just been engaging. We've done nothing. Sonam has been setting Ladakh on fire as per her. And look, what could we do? We cracked down after 4 youngsters were killed. That is unacceptable. Look, you're pregnant or not pregnant. You can't be half pregnant. If Sonam is engaging with anti-national elements, what was IB doing? Are you telling me IB is not present in Leh Ladakh?
Tushar Gupta.
Okay, I think Tehseen needs to stop jumping the gun. He probably is unaware that the intelligence was already working on it. They don't just wake up one day and decide, okay, we have to slap NSA against this specific person. There's already obviously a work in progress. So I don't know why Tehseen is propagating that notion that the intelligence was caught unaware. Point number 2. Sonam Wangchuk, in all his interviews, is saying that I am against corporates coming into Himalayas. Then he also cites the youth unemployment numbers. Ladakh has absolutely no economy barring tourism. You tell me, Padmaja, a region of 3 lakh people, UT with 3 lakh people, does it deserve statehood when it cannot afford an economy at all? Does it need an assembly? I grew up in a union territory, Chandigarh, a population of just 10 lakhs. We did not have any assemblies. We did not have any statehood. So number 3, he is talking about saving the Himalayas. Ladakh is a very big region. There's a lot of critical infrastructure being built over there. But you look at his climate fast videos from last year, it's all over his YouTube channel. The kind of remarks he's making. He's actually at one point saying that the morale of the soldiers in Ladakh region is at an all-time low and it doesn't bode well for India's security. What kind of nonsense was he propagating on his YouTube channel across the last year?
Then why did the government not act last year? That's the question being asked. See, that is when you have a knee-jerk reaction now, after 4 people are dead, when the government is asked, why did you not stop him in his tracks last year itself when he was saying that we are going to oppose the Indian army or whatever else that he stands accused of now, Tushar Gupta?
No, that's somewhere the government has to answer it. Gave him a long rope. I have been tracking this man for more than 2 years now. I have been posting repeatedly on X that this man is making some very problematic remarks, but the government did give him a long rope. Earlier this month, even the Ladakh administration cited financial irregularities with the land allotment they had done for his institute. Even that was done earlier this month, and after that only the protest intensified. So somewhere we cannot say that the intelligence may not have been tracking him. Ladakh is a very sensitive region.
Yes.
Intelligence is obviously active over there.
Okay,
but
so the government may have been slow, Sanjay Shah, but that still doesn't give a stamp of innocence to Sonam Wangchuk.
Padmaja, let me tell you that the viewers of your program should know that in Ladakh, roughly 90 to 95% of the areas and the people are deemed to be needing the tribal status. They are actually needing the empowerment that the tribal sixth schedule guarantees, which is the degree of autonomy in managing their land, their forests, etc., etc. I think Tehseen has made very pertinent points. Let me add to that. Here you have a situation where Mr. Tushar Gupta is comparing the land mass of Ladakh and its border security implications with Chandigarh. I mean, that's a ridiculous conversation.
I'm not comparing. Sanjita, don't put words in my mouth. I'm not comparing. I'm talking about the statehood. Sanjita, stop putting words in my mouth. I'm talking about the statehood.
She refused to
You liar.
apologize for the
You grade A liar.
yesterday.
You cannot be putting words into someone's mouth. नहीं बोलने दूंगा, आप झूठे एक नंबर के. You have been lying. You cannot just BS your way every day on TV debate. I'm sorry, Sanjay Jha. I compared the question of statehood. I compared the question of statehood between Chandigarh and Ladakh. You need to stop putting words into my mouth. Apologize right now, Sanjay Jha. You cannot be lying on every national debate. You cannot be lying every evening on every national debate.
Calm down. You're lying. Calm down.
Ask your question.
You are a liar.
Yeah. So, Padmaja, here is my point, that you have a BJP spokesperson who on your program today brazenly lies about Manipur. She talks about the Congress with Manipur. I mean, she doesn't even realize that her government is responsible for the mess. I mean, they are liars. These guys are liars, chronic liars. They have been trained to come to TV shows and bluff and bluster their way out.
Okay.
And she
Radhika Khera, again, I want to steer this back to Ladakh. The common complaint against you is that even if you had all this evidence against Sonam Wangchuk, why did you wait so long? Did you put lay on the edge by allowing a free run to Sonam Wangchuk? Even your supporters are asking
First of all, let me respond to this so-called political analyst who still backs for the Congress despite being thrown away from the Congress and not recognized by them and is calling me a liar. So please, don't try to fool the people. You've tried that, but 11 years the country's been giving you a crazy reply. Don't stop in between, Mr. Popcorn. I did not talk when I
we'll be out of time. I have very little time left. Please let her answer. Please let her answer because I'm really short of time. Yes.
This is what education has taught you to interrupt when someone else is speaking.
Let's not be irresponsible just because she's from the BJP. She doesn't have a right to bluff your view.
Okay, please, really, there is no point wasting time in name calling. Only one person, Radhika Khera, last 30 seconds, make your point. Yes.
Thank you. Let me make this very clear. When the opposition asked why was the government silent, because unlike the Congress, the government believes in engagement first and not in knee-jerk reactions. Sonam Wangchuk was spoken to, invited for high-powered committees and given every platform to put forward his demands. But when he crossed the line, when peaceful dissent turned into provocation, violence, appeals for foreign intervention by the deep state, that is when NSA Act came in and dialogue is welcome. But disorder is not welcome in this country.
All right, that isn't tolerated and should never be tolerated, but whatever case is there against Sonam Wangchuk, hopefully that will be proved in a court of law. For the time being, all gentlemen, Radhika Khera, thanks very much for having joined us on The Buck Stops Here. Less than 12 hours since the arrest of Sonam Wangchuk. It's been less than 12 hours and there is an uneasy calm now in Ladakh. Internet services are still suspended across Leh. All schools and colleges have been closed till the 27th of September. And like I said, whether Sonam Wangchuk is an activist or an anarchist can't be decided by any political party or anyone on social media or on TV. It will be and should be decided in a court of law, and it's incumbent on the government to ensure that that case is proven there. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story. Quick break, news continues.